Hey, welcome to Credit Makes Sense with Netiva, the Frugal CrediTnista, where we answer your questions about money, credit, and everything in between. Today's Prosperity Partner question is talking about timeshare foreclosures and how it will impact your ability to get a home loan. For those of you who are new to my channel, hey, I'm Netiva, the Frugal CrediTnista. I own M&H Financial Services, where we help women and couples over 30 to create custom credit solutions so they can crush their financial goals. I also own the Epic Bomb Credit on Fire Members Club, where we teach our members how to master their money, destroy their debts, soar their credit score so they can leverage it to create wealth. We learn everything from credit building to budgeting to saving, side hustles, entrepreneurship, real estate investing, and so much more. I also run the free community Credit Makes Sense, where we teach our members how to repair, restore, rebuild, and transform their credit score. So I'm super excited to get this topic up for you today, or to share this with you today. As usual, I read it verbatim, so I'm going to bring it up to you right now so that I can go ahead and share it with you. I currently have a timeshare foreclosure, and I'm wondering how it will affect my chances of getting a home loan. I'm looking to purchase a home the early part of next year and want to basically prepare. So when you are, let me see if there is anything else on here, but when you're dealing with a timeshare, it's not like a regular foreclosure. And I'm not sure if you, my fellow prosperity partners who are listening, are aware that every type of loan that you get, whether it is FHA, a VA, conventional USDA, they have certain time or certain waiting periods, which is how much time you got to wait before you buy a home. So it can be 3 years, 7 years. It really varies per loan type. And so when you have a foreclosure, that's when you have a housing event. So a housing event can be short sale, the foreclosure itself, a loan modification. And in your case, with a timeshare, that doesn't really qualify as a housing event, that you would have to wait a certain amount of time before buying. So with a timeshare, it's viewed as an installment loan. And so in your case, it's a charge off and not a foreclosure that you have to wait 3+ years before you're actually able to buy another home. With a charge off, the ability or the requirement, I should say, to pay it off really depends on the lender. So the lender can say, okay, your timeshare is $14,000. That's super high. You may want to settle that or pay it off before we can grant you a loan. Whereas another one would say, well, you know what? Your credit scores are really good. You don't really have a lot of debt. We'll just take 5% of this installment loan, 5% of that balance that you owe, add it into your debt to income ratio, and you're good to go. So my point is that whether you're going to be able to buy or not depends on what's going on with your finances at that time, your credit score, your debt to income ratio, the stability of your employment, as well as your savings. And it's not necessary, and the lender that you're going with, because every lender has different criteria. And if you want a referral for one that I use when I have clients that may need a little bit more lenient guidelines, then definitely let me know. Because I do work with about 2 of them that have what we call no overlays. And so I've explained this a few times, but just in your case, since we are talking about timeshares and charge-offs and all of that good stuff, when you have a lender overlay, is like, for example, FHA says that you can buy or get qualified for a loan with a credit score as low as 550 FICO points on the FICO scoring model. So 550 credit score as long as you have 10% down. A lender may say, you know what, we don't really feel comfortable with that 550. Matter of fact, you have to come into our door with a 620 minimum in order for us to extend any type of home loan to you. That requirement, above and beyond what FHA guidelines are, that's a lender overlay. And because the lender is the one that's actually lending you the money, it's totally, what they rock out with. But there are lenders that have no overlay. So you can come in with the 550. You can come in with your timeshare on, 5-figure amount on. And it may be, if everything else is looking good, that you don't even have to pay it off. I purchased with a lot of things on my credit report, particularly with the repo. And we owed about, I want to say about $8K, and no, I did not pay it. So that's something to consider. Now, if you are a buyer that maybe credit is just okay or is freshly rebuilt, or you don't have that much saved, then I would consider looking around like crazy for some free money. so that you can be a more stronger buyer, I would recommend getting your credit scores up as high as absolutely possible. Hopefully your income is stable, and also plan to have your debt to income ratios super low. That's your qualifying income in comparison to your gross income in comparison to the fixed debts that you have. And you have one more part on here that I said I was going to go over. So let me hurry up and bring that up right quick. Let me see here. Okay, so you said that you were looking for either FHA or USDA. So I answered it a little bit about FHA, but yes, the VA considers a timeshare loan an installment loan as well. So it's not a real estate foreclosure. There's no waiting period. You can buy right away. And yeah, it's viewed as, you know, just that, just a charge off. So you should be good. A charged off installment loan. If any lender tells you anything different, I would tell them to look up FHA's guidelines and the VA guidelines on the timeshare foreclosure, because it's not the same thing. You do not have to wait 3 years, 5 years, or anything like that. So you're good to go. Also, I do have a Credit Makes Sense home buying masterclass inside of my Credit on Fire Academy. I am leaving you a $1 trial for that. You can start it as soon as you get started. You can go ahead and start the Claim My Keys masterclass and get as educated as possible. One of the things I always say is that an educated buyer is a powerful buyer. You have got to be prepared. You cannot go into the gate not knowing anything, because that's how a lot of us get taken advantage of. Don't do it to yourself. Get educated. So I'll go ahead and I'll leave that link for you soon. All right, see you next time for another Let Credit Make Sense segment as we answer another one of your questions. If you have any questions that you'd like answered live here, definitely send them to me at social, SOCIAL, at mnhfinancialservices.com, social at mnhfinancialservices.com, and I did leave the information in the text there. Chat soon.